Welcome back to the STFU Moment Podcast. I am here with my co-host Akansha. I am Kristy, and today we have something that I think this topic is very near and dear to our hearts because we were just talking about we wish somebody had told us this before we started, but here we are telling you now. So our topic today is
to not let the noises of other people affect your everyday life and not to take it to heart.
Yeah, just not taking advice from somebody who isn't where you want to be.
Or someone who's not in your shoes. What was it like at the beginning when people were giving you these advices? And how did it take a toll on you?
I love when you're starting something that's like a little bit scary, a little out of the ordinary. It's not usually done before. It's funny how the wealth of knowledge from people come out of the woodwork and give you all kinds of advice that, one, is not helpful, it's not usable, it's not productive. And also, when I first started, my dream was to have the online studio. And I was telling, other people in the industry that this is what I wanted. Like, I wanted to reach people globally. I wanted to share my teachings with people that weren't in my local, vicinity. And the more I talked about it, the more people were like, oh, I've never heard that done. Like, that's not real. Like, that's not something that can be accomplished. Like, you're looking at years into the future. Like, that's too futuristic. So I was getting all this feedback and I was like, okay, but what about fitness apps? Like, those they're everywhere. I was like, how is this any different that I have an online studio with a community? And then people were like, well, you're going to be spending a lot of money on cameras, on all this equipment. So it was just, I was being fed every single excuse as to why I couldn't. And the only people that actually supported me were my mom and my immediate family, my sister, my brother, and my dad. But it was funny when I was reaching out for help, and this is where we get stuck. When we go outward instead of inward, this is where we get the feedback of the scarcity and lack, right? So the biggest thing was for me was I haven't seen that done before, so you probably can't do it. And I can see where it was coming from. It was coming from trying to keep me safe, trying to not let me, dream too big to get my heart crushed. But it was also, it was just really discouraging. And my little mind at the time that was dreaming so big and my vision was so big, and to have it squashed like that just implemented all those seeds of fear. And that's why it took me so long.
Obviously, because when you're trying to build something, right, you have painted this beautiful canvas and you're all about, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I don't have it figured it out, but I will figure it out. But this is me envisioning what it is like to be, what it is like to do, or how will I do it, or whatever, the whole gist. And when people kind of come with their opinions, you cannot do it. Okay, how do you know that? First of all, is my question. B, you weren't able to do it because you weren't able to dream about it. And this is not me being negative about those people, but how can you tell me what I can achieve and what I cannot achieve? Who are you?
Yeah, exactly. And it was really discouraging. How about you, Akansha? What were some of the feedback that you were getting when you were trying to, make the big dream come alive?
I don't think so. I got anything for the dream come alive. I mean, I still do. Oh, Akansha has big dreams. She's delusional. She doesn't know how to do it. I don't know if she's, maybe she's too sensitive. So if you tell it to her, she might not feel it. But that judgment is still around. And I feel more so I've seen people who say that they're close to me have a lot to say behind my back. And it's funny because you're not grinding the way I am.
Yeah.
You're not doing what I'm doing. So I've learned it now, but initially it was so hard for me. It would take me days to recuperate from that whole exhaustion of trying to explain myself to people, to family, like, okay, this is what I want to do. And they'll be like, no, this is the straight way that you need to go to, and this is what you're going to get. So I somehow have felt like I'm going to do it by myself, whether you're with me or not. And I've kind of built my personality and myself around that, okay, whatever you say, I'm not going to take it to my heart. But like not in a bad way, not where I'm trying to put anyone down, but there's so many people, and I think I've kind of learned it throughout my life that I don't share my dreams anymore with people. And you can have, like, we've been talking about it on and on and on in the last 16 episodes. People can talk. They're entitled to their opinions. And initially, yes, it's hard. It's not like I became this version instantly. So I don't have a exact story to tell you that this is what people did, because there have been so many different things. So I feel like I've been fending for myself since childhood. So now I'm like, okay, the universe prepared me for it. Now, even when, the last year, one of my friend, he has been saying like how my content's so funny. The Nirvah Beauty one, or things like that, and to put me down. Or there are people who would make fun of you just because they can, and they think that it's hilarious, but to what? At the expense of my own emotions?
Yeah.
So no, it's not funny. So I have learned in that sense where you're entitled to your opinion, and I don't owe you an explanation, just the way you don't owe me an explanation. And I'm going to do it regardless, because if I do not try, I don't even know if I can succeed or not. I can imagine me failing just because XYZ is telling me that I won't be able to achieve it. But if I don't try, how will I ever? As we said in the last episode, the only limitation between you and your goal is you.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is that these people that are telling you, are putting you down or discouraging you or trying to give you advice on things, they're not doing what we're doing. They're not doing, they're not creating content. They're not doing the daily method of operations, reaching out to people, being good at our sales. Like we're freaking good at our sales, and that scares people, because then people feel some kind of way. I don't know why people think sales are scary. Like, I believe that I am an elite salesperson, because if I'm selling, then that means I'm having an impact. I'm not selling you a course. I'm not selling you an online studio. I'm selling you impact. And that's what sales is. And I think the people that have or feel any kind of way and try to give you advice in this, they're don't take advice from those people. They're not doing what you're doing, and they don't want to.
And can I just add something to it? Like, even when it comes to advice, right? Say, for example, if Kristy and I both were yoga teachers, right? You and I both were yoga teachers, but your method of operation and my method of operation can be so different. So I wouldn't even take advice from Kristy if we were in the same field. Like, if our goals are not aligned, if we're different modalities of like the different techniques of the same modality, that means, okay, whatever you're doing is working for you. And I have to see how whatever your advice is, if it's aligning with me or not. Right? Yeah. That is also the thing, that I could be taking advice from an Ayurvedic doctor, but if he's focused on oncology and I'm focused on PCOS, our methods might not be similar, and it's also the personality. So you have to really be careful to the people that you're listening to and taking the advice from.
Yeah. And I like what you said when you were talking about when you were starting off and people had given you advice about where you're starting, what you should be doing. I liked that you said you question it, because I didn't question it initially. I just took it as truth when people were, trying to give me advice or trying to keep me small. I was like, okay, it's going to be hard. It's going to be, difficult. I'm going to be wasting money. I'm going to be, searching all over for clientele. But what you just said, you're like, why are they saying that? Why would they say that to you? It's because that's their mentality. That's how they think. And there's nothing wrong with that. They're going to think any kind of way. You're not responsible for changing the way they think, but it is your responsibility to question, okay, is that my truth? Is it going to be hard for me? And then move in whatever your truth is. For me, I moved in. Yeah, they were right. Yeah, I can't do this. Yeah, that's not probably going to happen for me.
See, I think moving to Gravenhurst and taking that step that from like the city to a town in the middle of the north, the beginning, where the population is so much smaller, where there were not a lot of people of color. It was predominantly a white town. People did not know what Ayurveda is. People did not know healing modalities. And when the opportunity came for me to open the clinic, the spa at that time, an Ayurvedic healing spa, I think I was super delusional that it's going to work out, and it worked out.
Yeah.
Because I had the ability and the courage to be delusional that, you know what, I am going to work it out. I'm going to make it work.
Yeah.
And people told me that it would not work because it's a different modality that people don't know. I was like, okay, I'm going to teach.
Yeah, you're going to educate. So beautiful. I truly believe that if you're going to take advice from somebody, let it be somebody who's 10 steps ahead of you to where you're going. Not necessarily the same industry, not necessarily the same, they're not selling the same thing, but look at the way in which they've moved their business, because it's not about the business. We've talked about this before. It's not about the thing that we're selling. It's about the identity that you take on and the belief that you take on to get there, right? So if I'm going to take advice, I'm not going to take advice anymore from somebody who tells me I can't do it, because can't isn't even my vocabulary anymore. Like that's not even within my realm of possibility, right? So I'm going to be taking advice from somebody who's showing up every day, who's, posting on social media, who's getting client calls, who's moved their business within crazy limits that are just proving to me that it is possible.
Funny thing is about this is all you need is to shift the perspective.
We've talked about this before. Like when you're listening to somebody who's trying to keep you, not even trying to keep you small, trying to keep you safe, wants you to be small, wants you to be, not put yourself out on a limb because the heartbreak could be way worse than even trying.
It also, sorry to interject, to me, like, I think this is very great that whatever you're saying, like, in a positive way. But to me, I also want to point out it's also because they were not able to do it and they were not able to dream that big.
Yeah.
So it's their limitation that they're forcing onto the other person as well.
Well, that's it, right? When you're taking advice from those people, you're putting on your let's say, green colored glasses. You're looking through the lens of lack. You're looking through the lens of I can't do this. You're looking through the lenses like I can't take on an identity as a successful business person. But if you look at the person who's like, I freaking did it. And I did the big things. I put myself out there. I achieved it. I went for the thing that nobody else was achieving or everybody else was telling me that I couldn't. And you put your rose-colored glasses on, then you're looking through that perspective. You're looking through that lens of like, yeah, I can do this. So you literally are just shifting those glasses. Like put your sunglasses on, put your rose-colored sunglasses on and look towards the people who are going to give you advice to get you where you need to go. And it's not necessarily they're going to give you handouts. They're not going to hold your hand through the journey, but they're just going to be an example of what is possible for you.
And there's so many other examples too, right? It's get inspired from people.
Yeah.
Whether, they're 10 steps ahead of you or 2 steps ahead of you. Like, get inspired, get moving, get grooving. And if you're not able to do that, go back to your board and see where are you not able to have fun.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of people, when you get that success, and now, for example, I'm sure you've heard it. Oh, Kristy, you're so lucky that your business is going well.
I love being lucky.
Yes, but it's not only about lucky. It's not about luck. It's about the hard work that you pulled in. The overnights that you were up, the early mornings that you had to do, all of the networking that you went to, people that you were connecting with. So when if people are not in your shoes, they don't understand what you're doing. And I'm so sick and tired of it.
Yeah.
Which is so crazy. I just realized this, that we're playing like the good and the bad cop.
No, we need this. Yes. No, I love this.
But, the other day, someone was telling me, one of my friend, and maybe in a very joking manner, and he goes like, why do you care about the weekend? Like, it doesn't affect you. You have no weekend, you have no weekday, you work when you work, you don't work when you don't work. Like, there's nothing like, you're not in corporate life, so you don't have the things. And my reaction was, I am up till 3 in the morning, finishing my work. I am doing much more. I'm getting 3 to 6 hours sleep max. But I am working constantly. And the meme that I sent you the other day, people ask you, what are your hobbies? I'm a business owner. The only thing that I'm thinking is, how do I make this work?
Right.
So I think people like don't understand your struggles and they don't see what you have to lose.
Yeah.
What is on the table, how you're compromising on your own health for the first 3-4 years to trying to make the business grow and you grow with it. So no, I'm not going to take advice from someone who hasn't even done a business.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, who are you? Like, even if you had a marketing degree, business degree, if you're not practically behind a business building it and you don't understand what you have to lose, because a part of you dies too, which is the reality. Like, where I loved going to the clubs. I love doing it. Do I do it? No. Like, that part, it's not dying, but it's almost like not relevant in this lifetime that I'm building, right? So there's so many things. You lose friendships. You lose family dinners. You lose things for the first few years because you're trying to grow.
Yeah.
And you're trying to build. So when someone has the slightest audacity to come up to me and tell me that, as a business owner, I'm not doing well and you don't even have a goddamn fucking business, I need you to STFU.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, you don't have to take everything to your heart.
Yeah.
If that is the mentality you have to grow. Obviously, like, I didn't become this version. I didn't become this ruthless bitch who was like, I'm not going to take the things to my heart, whatever you're saying, or the practicality, or her, like, she's when women come in power, she's a bitch.
Right.
Kind of thing. Like, that's not me, but I'm also trying to create that boundaries because women are taught to be overgivers.
Yeah.
So I'm creating those boundaries that, no, I'm not listening to you because whatever you're saying is not aligning to me.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, guys. I've had a really terrible day this morning. So
I was going to say, you are dropping these curses. Get passionate. We love it. I love that. And I'm going to challenge you a little bit, Akansha. If I were to start the business over again, as I said, like, I would be really crystal clear on who I am taking advice from. And I would not be staying up till 3 a.m. I would not be getting 3 hours of sleep. I would not be missing family dinners because I am building this business for more freedom. I'm not going to be, like, my cutoff time. Like, I think I even texted you last week. You're like, I'm sending you this. And I was like, okay, well, okay, I'm shutting down because I've been working for 4 or 5 hours straight. And I was like, I need a break. So, like, my shutdown was at 3 p.m. and I didn't look at my computer again until 10 a.m. the next day. So, like, I'm creating these systems because I can get it done without working the 12 hours days. But again, when you're first starting, everybody tells you, like, you have to, like, give up everything. Well, I'm challenging that. I'm not giving up anything anymore. I am not going to hustle. I'm not going to grind. I'm not here for that. So again, as we're saying, like, take advice from the people that you aspire to be.
Yes.
Right?
100%. And that's the thing, like, and the difference between Kristy and I here is Kristy is a morning person and I'm an evening person.
We're totally different. We're totally opposite in that regard.
Exactly. So
I couldn't imagine staying up till 3 a.m.
Oh, my God. Since my childhood, I have been a night owl. Like, I remember, so in India, your 10th grade exam and your 12th grade exams are the most important exams of your life. Okay, before college starts. Because 10th, whatever grades you get, that decides, like, whatever stream you can go in. So it's science, commerce, or arts.
Okay.
Three streams. So when I was prepping for my 10th board exams, I would stay up till like 4:35 a.m. because I loved studying at night.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so me time. There's nobody to disturb you. And I think that became a habit.
I think so.
From that time where I loved, like, you don't understand, Kristy, like, I am working till 3 a.m., but there's such good music playing in my ears. Like, I'm jamming.
Okay, you guys, I gotta say, as much as, like, it's a nightmare for me to think of even staying up at past, like, 10 p.m. at night, like, Akansha, like, she sends me the most beautiful stuff, the most inspirational things at, like, 2 a.m. And I wake up to these beautiful text messages. I love it. I love it. But then I'm just like, why are you sending? But, like, that's just how we work, right?
Yeah.
So
like,
these are, like, if you are inspired, and I, like, this is the funny thing. Like, I don't know. I've always been an early morning bird, and I have my mom to blame for that. Like, she was always like, get up, get going, let's go. Like, she's kind of where my hustle comes from, and I'm challenging that. But I don't know anybody else. I don't know anybody else that is getting up at 5 a.m. and doing all the things that people say that they're doing. I know people that are night owls that are like, I got inspired at midnight and I'm working. I know people that are like, 8 a.m. is my prime time. I know people that are like, I have my mornings off and I don't start until 1:30 in the afternoon. This is what I mean. Don't take advice from somebody you wouldn't want there to be in their life. You wouldn't want their day to day.
The funny thing is, I've been both morning and night owls. Like,
Yeah.
I there are days and there have been months where I was waking up at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I would sleep by like 7:38. And again, most productive days of my life, because I felt like my days were longer and I could do much more. So I've been in both. It's just I feel like I'm like a ghost.
Yeah.
Who likes to swing. Like, sometimes I will have like early mornings and some days I will have early, like, late nights. So, and that's just the way I am built, and I can be productive whenever I choose to be.
I love that. I can't.
To come back to, like, I want to challenge you part.
Yeah.
I think in your business, there are certain times when you need to prioritize one thing or the other, especially in our stage,
Yeah.
where we're building 3-4 businesses.
Yeah.
So to me, when I say like I'm up till 3 a.m., it's because I worked on other businesses
Right.
throughout the day, and this is the time that I'm dedicating to this business to be able to do it. Like, I love editing at night because that's when everything is quiet and I can listen to everything so crisp, and that's my editing time.
Yeah.
But before that, I will be at the store. I will shut off my phone, like, on Sunday, which is my day off. I was cleaning and reorganizing my store on Mother's Day, and I was sending you the photo, and I was so inspired to do it in the afternoon
Yeah.
that I changed the whole layout of my store.
I think that that's just the thing with this. Like, you can take somebody's word for something and you can apply it to your life. Like, let's go back to the lucky thing. Like, when people say you're so lucky, I accept that. You know why? Because my luck looks different than anybody else. Like, I think it was like 2 years ago, the lucky girl syndrome was circling on TikTok or something. And I loved this idea because it's literally everything we've been talking about, this manifestation to a T. You've decided that you're a lucky person, that luck just, like, you're so lucky. And you've taken that, you've said it, you've thought it, you've believed it, and you felt it. And it's come true through fruition. And I think that's a beautiful example because, yeah, my luck, I have been lucky because I've trialed and errored. I've found what works. I stopped listening to people. I am lucky because I figured it out. But, let that luck mean whatever it means to you. But again, take the advice like a grain of salt and decide what it means to you. Is it your truth? Is it something that you want to bring in and build that identity? Or is it something that you're like, oh, that does not feel good. Don't put that in my space.
Can I say something? So this just kind of reminded me, in one of the last episodes, we were talking about you telling your client to go into the subconscious and derooting that thought.
Yeah.
So if for a second you think that it's not going to work out,
yeah,
and because like XYZ told you that this is not you and this is not going to work out, and you have the slightest thought in your mind and your subconscious, I want to challenge you to go in and do the work.
Yeah.
Take it out, because if you have even 0.001% of it in you that it's not going to work out, the chances of it not working out is there.
Yeah, because that's so deeply rooted. And until you get to kind of the bottom of that and start with, walking in the assumption that it is going to work out, then it's going to keep coming up. But yeah, listen to what resonates. You don't even have to listen to anything that we say if nothing's resonating today. The only thing that we hope for is that you challenge what you've been told, the advice that you've been given, so that you can make the decision for yourself. Don't let somebody else make the decision for you. Don't let somebody else take you out of the game before you even get started.
I think that that's something that if there's one thing that you want to take out of this episode, that is it.
Yeah.
Don't let other people dictate what you can and what you cannot do.
Be mindful of who's giving you the advice.
So that's very true. And you don't have to listen to everyone.
When you start something this big, you're going to have a lot of opinions coming at you.
Oh, 100%. Like, I'm sure. Like, what opinions did you not get? I got... Even now, like, I feel like there are people who are going to tell you, like, or even us, like, someone can go and be like, oh, this podcast is not going to work. Okay, good for you. Don't listen to it. Unsubscribe.
I do not believe that. I reject your advice.
And
not in a mean way, but I'm just energetically blocking myself off from that. Exactly. You know what I mean?
And it's also like, you don't have to listen to them. Okay, I respect you and your thought, and you're entitled to your own opinion. Mm-hmm. But I'm choosing to believe what I want to be, because going back to what we've been talking in our previous episodes, be your biggest delusional self that you have ever been. See how things change. You and I are living proof. Yeah. Few months ago, not even a few months ago, Kristy, before you went to London, England, I was talking about how, like, finances are weighing me down. Yeah. What have I been saying to you for the last few weeks? Kristy, I'm so busy with work. Yeah. Money is coming from every direction. It's because I'm choosing to listen to me, and I'm choosing to believe in the universe. And I have taken that thought of it not working out, or how will it work out. I've excavated that. Yeah. I'm choosing to believe. So I'm sorry, even my friend, when he's like, oh, you don't have like the weekend or the weekdays doesn't matter to you. Yes, it doesn't, because I'm prosperous every day. Yeah. And I will work because I love working. Mm-hmm. That's me. You know, I know you love your 4 hours working day and you get so much done. Mm-hmm. I am someone who loves working. Mm-hmm. I want to work 12 hours a day. Like, that's me. Like, I get so passionate about it. Right. And by that 12 hours, I'm not just working. I'm listening to music. I'm enjoying my 12 hours. You know, I have high volume motivational music going on, Bollywood music going on. There's a clubbing session happening in my work time. Like, I don't talk to people. I will put my phone on D&D. Like, there's so much enjoyment that I get out of it that I don't feel like it weighs me down. Right. And that's me. Mm-hmm. Where I am choosing to give 100% of my energy to me. Yeah. Choose what is right for you.
So I think with that note, I think really look and evaluate at who and what advice are being given to you before you take that on as proof, as you take that on as evidence that you cannot. And I think you should, I think you just be mindful of what you're taking on.
And I would like to add that keep on asking the why till you get to the root cause. Yeah. Because the only limitation between you and your dreams is you. Yeah. With this being said, thank you so much for staying till the end. And we hope you share this with the woman or the man that really needs to hear this today. And remember, Kristy and I, we're not ahead of you. We're not behind you. We're walking this path along with you.